Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports and Jobu family of all kinds of videos. I am a 59-year-old man who I'm in pretty good shape. I'm fortunate that I don't take any medications. One, I hate taking medications. Two, I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. I've got bad knees, of course, and arthritis and things, typical things that you have at 59 years of age. And what happens to me is, of course, during the football season, I eat a lot of stuff. And I cook, and we have football parties every week. And I end up putting on weight during the season. If you were to chart me, you would see me literally get up to about 270 pounds, and then through the course of the off season, get into the 250s or so, because it's kind of like my natural cycle. Well, we're going to get back into working on this stuff again, trying to take care of our weight. And we've got actually an extra twist with it. For about the last year, I have been living pretty much at the Red Brick House for the most part. My mother-in-law broke her leg and needed help. So my wife, Tracy, has become Florence Nightingale. And then my brother-in-law got sick and was in the hospital and then having to come out in recovery, and she took care of him. And now my father-in-law has some illnesses as well, getting over pneumonia right now. So we're here taking care of others, which to me it's a great thing because, you know, we all have to try and take care of each other. Now, what we're trying to do, Tracy has come up with wanting to do the paleo diet, I guess, or at least some version of it. Here's the thing. The main thing is we want to try and cut back on sugar. I know for me, if I cut back on the sweets, because that's what really gets me, I lose weight, just flat out, and try and cut back on the starches. And what we're doing is we have a friend of ours who is going to be doing that, as well as taking care of cooking for my in-laws and some other people. We're going to be basically feeding about 8 people a day. And so I invite you guys to kind of come along because, one, trying to figure out how we can eat better, foods that are better for us, economically as well. Because when you start talking about feeding 8 people a day, it ends up being quite a bit. And so hopefully, and I have no idea exactly all the things we're going to do, but I can give you some ideas of things that I did. Like, say, yesterday, I did a pot of greens, of turnip greens. I'm sorry, collard greens. Had saved some of the turkey drumsticks that I had smoked for Thanksgiving in the freezer and used that in those and made a big pot of those. And, you know, basically $10, I made a full big ass pot of them, and people love that. Today, what I'm actually doing is, I've been doing actually a lot of beans that are kind of like a soup, but my father-in-law loves pinto beans. My daughter, Michaela and Aisha, they are hooked on black-eyed peas. I love navy beans and I love split pea soup. So today, actually, what I'm doing, I had actually made spaghetti when the girls were here and saved some of the spaghetti sauce. So to make this kind of, you know, a nice fun day, we're going to have some spaghetti. So I'm doctoring up the spaghetti sauce. It was only about a quart of it that was left, but I put in some of my mom's tomatoes and another thing of tomato sauce, and I'm seasoning that. But check this out. This is what we've been doing, is we've been doing some fantastic beans. Now, I bought a spiral slice ham, just a small one, and I portioned it so that way I can use it when I make soup. So I basically have enough ham. It was about $15 for the ham. No bone, it's just a spiral slice, like a mini one. And this is about 1/5 of it in here. So we're getting some ham flavor. And this is a 15 bean soup. And you can see all of those wonderful beans and lignans that are in there. And I soaked this overnight, real simple. Bag of beans, $3. So this pot of beans right here will cost under $10, and this will be beans for people to have for dinner tonight and have some in the fridge tomorrow if it snows, and so on. That is a great way to make your dollar go. I've got some other greens here. I'll do them tomorrow. It's going to be snowy, so I got some turnip greens, and I'll do those, and I'll show you how we do that. And yesterday I made chicken soup. And what I do is I take the chicken breast and I season it, and I basically sear it in the pot with Grill Mates garlic seasoning, some fresh garlic in there, rosemary, oregano and stuff. And that burns the bottom of the pot with all kinds of flavoring. And so you sear that, and then you'll go through and you'll end up cooking your carrots and your onions and your celery and stuff, and you'll cook it down, and you'll have chicken for the soup, but I use a whole thing of it. And then this is actually chicken salad. So I've shredded chicken from the soup. Some I leave in the soup because I use basically a whole 5-pound package of it. So being able to do some cooking that will double up, so to speak. So if I can go through, for example, I'll go through and I'll take those chicken breasts and I'll season those up on the grill. And the way I cook them, they're really nice and juicy. And you can have just like make some green sauce, which is a nice, great salad dressing or dip that works really well for this. And have the chicken breast and have some vegetables to go with it, and that's a great meal. Or another day, we can go through with the chicken that we cook, cut it up in chunks, and make a great salad. So I'm hoping that what we can do with this channel is we can find ways to maximize your budget, because it costs a lot to feed people. And I know if I end up doing a big pot of chili and it costs me $20, that's a hell of a lot cheaper than if I go to Wendy's and take a family of 8 and try and feed them. So budget-wise, it's going to be good for you. And health-wise, eating fresh cooked food will always be better than something that's prepared out there that's full of carbs, that's full of chemicals and preservatives and things and sugar that aren't good for you. So if you like what we're doing, definitely follow along. We'll be doing some live streams on this channel too as well, doing some prep and things, in ways of trying to make it simpler. So like tomorrow, we're supposed to get 6 to 12 inches of snow starting tonight and into tomorrow, and maybe some ice on it. So trying to plan ahead, I got a couple of chickens, and so I will do like Peruvian chicken, which is actually pretty easy. You're going to season the chicken the night before, and then you're just going to basically put it in the oven to cook until it gets to 160 degrees. And if you make a green sauce to go with it, oh my God, it is incredible. So what I'm going to do with that is I've got some sweet potatoes. We got sweet potatoes. We're going to have the Peruvian chicken, and we'll end up having the turnip greens with the green sauce for dinner tomorrow. Real simple meal, and it will be off the chain. So definitely check out the channel, Cooking and Tailgating with Joe Boo. And if you like it and want to follow, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Peace.